My son will break your boy.
Number 5, Creed 2. Unlike Creed 3, which really didn't tell a story that captivated me, my experience with Creed 2 was the exact opposite. I was mesmerized from start to finish. The film marks a return of Rocky's arch nemesis, Ivan Drago, as he comes to the United States with his mammoth son, Victor, to challenge Adonis Creed for the heavyweight championship. I love how this flick works as its own thing in the franchise, while also being a direct sequel to arguably the most popular film in the franchise, Rocky IV, bringing Drago back to the story with such a stroke of genius, as this character plays such a crucial role in the Creed films, as Drago killed Apollo in Rocky IV, leaving Adonis fatherless. Drago is a perfect choice as the first real legacy character to bring back, unless you count Spider Rico, but you know, who does, as the stoic, ruthless Russian is the antithesis of the kind-hearted and humble Rocky. Seeing Drago show up at Adrian's, Rocky's restaurant.
Hey, listen, some big guy is sitting over there waiting for you. He said you'll know who he is.
To meet with Rocky, I was beside myself in the theater. I never thought that I would see these two men in the same room together, on screen again.
Nice pictures. No pictures of me.
No, there's no pictures of that.
Because of you, I lose everything. Country, respect, life.
The way they chose to humanize Drago in this is the most compelling thing they have ever done in the series, in my opinion. Rocky IV is magnificent, don't get me wrong, but it is very much a product of the 80s. Cartoony, over the top, cheesy, and excessive. Bringing the character into the Creed movies had to be seen as a challenge, as the Creed films take a much more gritty and realistic approach to the world of Rocky. Seeing Drago in a more realistic lens is like when they bring the flamboyant Batman characters of the 60s.
This is the most fantastical gimmick in my whole criminal career.
Yeah, that's right, another Batman analogy, and bring them into present day with a more grounded version. I have to say it, after Rocky made his awesome speech,
"Everybody should change!"
and Russia became pro-American.
A few cheers now for Rocky Balboa. Suddenly, Moscow is pro-Rocky.
And I mean, hey, look, even Gorbachev clapped here. I kind of thought Drago was going to be okay. They would accept him as a great Russian champion and just let him continue his pursuit of the heavyweight title, but I guess not, as Drago and son are forced to flee from the former Soviet Union and end up in Ukraine after Drago's defeat. Years later, Vladimir Putin would even invade Ukraine to attempt to put an end to the embarrassment of Drago's loss to Rocky. Okay, maybe that's not quite the reason, but that's my headcanon for why this war started. Michael B. Jordan is predictably awesome again as Adonis, even though he can't help but get overshadowed by the Dragos in this. Victor Drago is the first antagonist of the Creed films that is truly memorable, and Florian Martineau plays him to perfection as a conflicted but vicious monster. And because of who his parents are, the towering Ivan and Ludmila Drago, a professional boxer and Olympic swimmer respectively, you know this guy comes from good stock. So Adonis fights Victor twice in this film, kind of like Rocky III, as in the first fight he gets absolutely wrecked by Victor. Now, I love this flick, but I have a few gripes with this. Firstly, Rocky doesn't train Adonis in his first fight, which is why Adonis is so ill-prepared. Rocky's reasoning is that he is afraid that Adonis is going to suffer the same fate as Apollo, so that's why you don't train him? Like, I don't know. Won't you feel responsible that you weren't there to help him if something similar happens to Adonis? If he was going to fight Victor with or without you, didn't you want to be there for him and make sure he's at his peak performance? Because, spoiler, once Rocky does train Creed, he's able to overcome the huge Russian. So it's a big L for Rocky that he didn't just train him in the first place and save him a lot of broken bones, shattered confidence, and an extended stay in the hospital. Another thing about this fight that gets to me, like, Victor has Creed beat. Like, he is utterly defeated. Ass is undisputably kicked, right? And then Victor does the dumbest thing I've ever seen in a Rocky movie. He punches Creed while Creed is already down, causing him to be disqualified. I love this flick, but that is some dumbass writing right there. You're telling me that Victor, who has been trained since birth by Ivan freaking Drago, for this very moment, didn't know that you couldn't hit a man when he's down? Or that he just got too carried away or something? I mean, that has been a rule in boxing since 1927. There's a reason you practically never see a fight end like this, because you have to be an idiot to lose like that. But whatever, I get it. I guess we have to establish how dominant Victor can be while also not having him win the title, because winning the title would have brought glory back to the Drago name, which is the driving force behind the Dragos' eternal conquest to regain former glory. So that couldn't have happened, because then we would miss out on some really great character moments with the Dragos and Victor's mother, Ludmilla, played by Brigitte Nelson, in a really effective cameo. You can't help but feel for the Dragos here, as they were excommunicated not only by their country, but by their wife and mother. Rocky then gets back on board with training, and this time the training takes place in the desert instead of the icy Russian terrain. A decision I deduced was to make sure that this wasn't too similar to the events of Rocky IV. For my money, the ending of Creed II is one of the most heartfelt moments of the entire series, with Adonis getting the better of Victor this time, and Victor losing his will to fight after seeing his mother walk out on them again, yet he still won't give up, prompting Ivan Drago to throw in the towel to save his son. I mean, it's just beautiful on so many levels. It shows that Drago learned from Rocky's mistake in Rocky IV, and that this seemingly emotionless monster can have empathy and see Victor as his son, not just as a tool to reclaim what was taken from him. It's a truly powerful, goosebump-inducing moment. I can't overstate it enough. I think it's great.